Hello, all my Dhamma friends. How are you all? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the Blessed One, the Accomplished One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sabba Dhanam, Dhamma Dhanam, Jinati. Amongst all gifts, the gifts of Dhamma excels. Who the Buddha is, his place of birth and family. Bimbisara, king of Magadha, appeared the Buddha, secular wealth, and asked about his family. The Buddha replied, just besides the Himalayas, O king, there live people endowed with power and wealth. The inhabitants of Kosala, their family is Aditya and Sakya, Sakyans by race. It is from that family that I have wandered out, not longing for sensual pleasures, seeing the disadvantage of sensual pleasures. I realize that renunciation is peace. I will go and exert myself and my mind delights in it. Even he is physical body is attractive. Alarm Brahmins Sila on the Buddha. Your body is perfect. You are resplendent and well born, beautiful to look at. Exalted one, your color is golden and your teeth are white. You are energetic. All the chains that are for a well-born man are on your body. The chains of a great man. You have bright eyes, a handsome county, countenance. You are great, straight, majestic. You change like the chants amongst samanas. The Buddha is fit to be a universal monarch. You are a bhikkhu of lovely appearance and your skin is like gold. What is the use of being a samana who possesses the highest beauty? You deserve to be a king, a Chakrabarti, kings of kings, having conquered the four corners of the earth, a lord of India, wealthy Khatiyas and kings are devoted to you. So Gautama rule as a of kings, a leader of men. 32 auspicious marks on the Buddha body. His feet have level tread. This is one of the marks of a great man. On the soles of his feet are wheels with 1,000 spokes complete with pillow and hub. He has projecting heels. He has long fingers and toes. He has soft and tender hands and feet. His hands and feet are net-like. He has high waisted ankles. His legs are like an antelope's, standing and without bending. He can thus and rub his knees with either hands. His male organs are enclosed in a shade. His complexion is bright, the color of gold. His skin is delicate and so smooth that no dust can adhere to his body. His body hairs are separate one to each 4. His body hairs grow outwards, each one black like a collyrium, curling in rings to the right. His body is divinely straight. He has the 7 convex surface. The front part of his body is like a lion's. There is no hollow between his shoulders. He is proportionate like a banyan tree. The height of his body is the same as the span of his outstretched arms, and conversely, his chest is evenly rounded. He has a perfect sense of taste. He has jaws like a lion's. He has 40 teeth. His teeth are even. There are no space between his teeth. His canine teeth are very bright. His tongue is very long. He has a Brahma-like voice, like that of the Karabika bird. His eyes are deep blue. He has eyelashes like a cow's. The hair between his eyes are white and soft like cotton down, and his head is like a royal turban. Rare is his appearance. The appearance of Buddha is extremely rare. I am, O Brahmana, a Chamma Sambuddha, a perfectly enlightened one, an incomparable physicians. The manifestations of one's likes myself into the world is extremely rare. Rare things that occur in the world, rare is birth as human beings. Heart is the life of mortals. Heart is the hearing of the sublime truth, Dhamma. Here is the appearance of the Buddhas, things that tend to happiness. Happy is the birth of Buddhas. Happy is the teachings of the sublime Dhamma. Happy is the unity of the Sangha. Happy is the discipline of the united ones. The awakened one shines by day and night. The chant shines by day. The moon is radiant by night. In his armor, the warrior shines. In meditation shines the holy man. But all day and night shines the Buddha with radiant light. He is omniscient. He knows all. When the Buddha was on the way to Gaya to deliver his first sermon, soon after his enlightenment, Upaka, a naked ascetic, having seen him, asked, "Your reverence, your faculties are quite pure. Your complexion is very bright, very clear. On account of whom have you gone forth? Or who is your teacher? Or whose Dhamma do you profess?" The Buddha replied, "Victorious over all, omniscient am I, amongst all things, undefiled, leaving all thought that of craving bread, by knowing for myself whom should I find to as my teacher. For me there is no teacher. One like me does not exist in the world with its gods, devas. No one equals me, for I am perfected in the world. A teacher supreme am I alone am all awaken it, becomes cool, mi, nirvana, attain it. To turn the Dhamma wheel, I go to Kashi city, beating the drums of deathlessness in a world that becomes blind. The Buddha lineages, and so it is monks that by these penetrations of the fundamentals of Dhamma, the Tathagata remembers the past Buddhas who have attained final Nibbana, cutting through impediments, blessings, trials have exhausted the round, have passed by all suffering. He recalls their birth, their names, their clans, their lifespan. They are twins, disciples. They are assemblies of disciples. These blessed lords we are born thus, we are called thus, thus was their clans, thus was their morality, their Dhamma, their wisdom, their dwellings, thus was their liberation. The most supreme personality amongst there is one person whose birth into the world is for the welfare of many, for the happiness of many, who is born out of compassion for the world, for the profit, welfare and happiness of God and mankind. Who is that one person? It is a Tathagata who is Arahant, fully enlightened ones. This monks is that one person. There is one person born into the world who is unique, without a peer, without counterpart, incomparable, unequaled, matchless, unrivaled, the noblest amongst bipeds. Who is that one person? It is a Tathagata, who is Arahant, a fully enlightened one. Manifestations of the Buddha into the world is the manifestations of mighty eye and mighty light, mighty radiance, and of arahantship. He knows beyond this world. This world and the world beyond are well explained by the one who knows, and what is accessible by Mara. Oh, I am from India. Oh, net. So please subscribe my channel. Please. Oh, please subscribe my YouTube channel. And it is not accessible that the knowing enlightened one, discerning every world, open it the door of undying for reaching security nibbana, the victorious ones, upapa, the naked ascetic remark it, uh, just a climb you might be the Buddha said, like they are uh, vanquished evil things, therefore, I none is equal to him, becoming God and of Mara army, having subdued all enemies cares of the minds. I resist secure on every side, canker of the minds. I resist on every side. He reveals his wisdom. What is to be known is known by me. What is to be cultivated is cultivated. What is to be eliminated is eliminated. Therefore, I am Buddha, Prince of Dhamma. I am a king, O Buddha, incomparable kings of Dhamma. According to Dhamma, righteousness, I turn the irresistible ways of Dhamma, the master of all, a skilled teacher. Now I, monks, am skilled about this world, skilled about the world, skilled about Mara, relent, skilled about what is not that, relent, to take the suit, listen to me, and place faith in there will be welfare and happiness for a long time. The only master to follow. Subdue your doubt about me. Have confidence in me, O Brahmana. It is difficult to me, a Buddha, frequently doors are opening to deathlessness. The doors to the deathless open. Let those who will hear leave wrong beliefs. Now shall I turn the wheel of the great law Dhamma. For this I go to the Casian city generous dear shall I beat the drums of deathlessness in this world where people are groping in the dark. The Buddha attitudes toward miracles. The Buddha warned uh, Kevada disciples to put a persistent quest for monks to perform miracles to ADP, mm, the Dhamma and its teachers and the dangers and approach to a holy life. By his own insight and super knowledge, the Buddha spoke about three kinds of miracles. What are they? Miracles, specific powers. Among with specific powers can transform his body into several images and back again as well as travels astrally. The war. Once a skeptic is told of such speech, the quick retort of black magic will upset the devout and those in the know miracles of telepathy. Among with telepathy, the minds and thoughts of our legs and open books. When told of such the escape, es- es- uh, escape, skeptics reaction is much the same as the first. Mockery and derisions. Miracles of sons among these well formulated suggestion to free the mind from status to liberation. Justice includes releasing the Four Noble Truths, the purification of the minds and walking the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha praised his miracles because others' miracles rose curiosity, but contribute nothing to the purifications of the minds. Though really on the stars. Fool may wish for lucky days, yet luck he shall always miss. Lux itself is Lux. Or a star can marry a star, a ship. The Buddha comings, dispels darkness as long as the suns and the moons have not come to be. There is no shining forth of great lights, no great radiance, only darkness and non-seeing prevail. There is no day or night, no months, half months, nor are seasons distinguishable. But when the months and the month have come to be, there is a shining port of great light, great radiance, darkness, and none. Seeing no days, nights, months, half months, and seasons come to be distinguishable. In the same way, as long as the Tathagata, the Noble One, the has not come to be, there is no shining forth great light. Dhamma, no great radiance, only darkness and no seeing prevail. There is no proclaiming, no illuminating of the Four Noble Truths. The Tathagata, the Noble One, the fully enlightened Buddha has come to be. There is a shining forth of a great light, a great radiance, darkness, and non-seeing are no more. There is a proclaiming, a teachings, and explaining, a setting forth, and opening up, an analysis, and illuminating of the Four Noble Truths. His teaching itself is the Buddha. Ilda Bakali, who was from a terminal illness, greeted the Buddha. For a long time, Lord, I have been longing to set eyes on the exalted one, but I have not strength enough in this body to come to see the exalted one. The Buddha replied, Has what is there in seeing this body of mine? He who sees the Dhamma, Bakali, he sees me. He who sees me, Bakali, he sees the Dhamma. Verily, seeing the Dhamma, Bakali, one sees me, seeing me, one sees the Dhamma. The Buddha is a protector. The Buddha is like a steadfast man who gives protection from fear. The Dhamma is like the protection from fear, and the Changa is like those who have found protection from fear. The Buddha is like a good consoler, consoler. The Dhamma is like a consolation, and the Changa is like those who have been consoled. The Buddha is like two friends. The Dhamma is like helpful advice, and the Changa is like those who have achieved their test by following that helpful advice. The Buddha is like a physician. The Buddha is like a skilled physician in that he is able to uh, heal, mm, heal the sickness of the others. Dhamma is like rightly applied medicines, and the Changa the ailments cured are like people restored to health by that medicines. The Buddha taught only one things only do I teach. The cause of sufferings and the way to cessation of suffering, just as sea water has one taste, uh, so is my teaching which deals with suffering and its cessations. And unrestrained, he is far from me because he does not see the Dhamma, and not seeing the Dhamma, he does not see me. Even if one lives for far away, he is not covetous in his covetous in his desires of a kind heart and pure mind, calm then indeed. He is near to me and I am near to him because he sees the Dhamma, and seeing the Dhamma he sees me. Exist, uh, existential detachment. The Sabba's dispositions whereby would be a deva, birth, or sprite, uh, Gandharva, or whereby myself would reach the state of Yakahut, or go to birth in human home, or Asavas now by myself are slain, slain, destroyed, and rotate out as a lotus fair and lovely by the water. It is not soil by the world. Am I not soil? Therefore, Brahmins, I am Buddha. His last word: behold, now monks, I exhort you. Decay is inherent in all components. Things work out your salvation diligence. uh, take refuge in the Buddha, O Buddha, hero, we taught that are free, set at liberty, low, and talent to this their distress, be to my refuge, my steady place. Take refuge and while those who take refuge in Buddha shall not go to the well dome. Uh, after casting human life away, they will feel the war of heaven. This teaching is our master. Even after the demise parinirvana of the exalted one, his teaching the people at the it may be Ananda that in some of you the thought may has the work the matter is ended. We have no more, but it's not that that you should regard it. The truth, the rules of the order, Vinaya, which I have set forth and laid down from you all, thus, not to teachings of the Buddha. Uh, Obedience is the highest austerity, but supreme. He is not aroused harm others, nor is he sensitive to others, not insulting, harming. About intent on higher thoughts. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Invitation to face the Dhamma. After gaining his enlightenment, the Buddha surveyed the world and saw that people's minds were deluded by wrong concept and beliefs. He knew that their minds were not developed to understand his sublime and profound Dhamma. Then Brahma Sampati appeared and appealed to him to praise the Dhamma in Magadha. There has appeared till now impure law taught out by man still staying open the deathless gateway. Let them hear this. The law Dhamma, the immaculate, has found a chant who checks the tower of the law, and just as one sees all the folk around who stand upon the solid field of rock, survey, oh, sorrowless, all-seeing shakes. This human breathes and gulp in sorrowing that but has at its mercy an old age. Aris, O hero, victor, knowledge, bringer, free from all depths and wonder in the world, proclaims the law, Dhamma, or some, O blessed ones, will understand. The Buddha attitude toward conversion. On one occasion, Upali, a follower of the Nigantas approached the Buddha and was so pleased with pleased with his teaching of the Dhamma that he immediately expressed his desire to become a follower of the Buddha, but the Buddha cautioned him, saying, "Oh, householders, makes a thorough investigation first. It is advisable for a distinguished man like you to make a thorough investigation." Upali was overjoyed at this unexpected remark of the Buddha and said, "O Lord, if uh, if I had been a follower of another religion, they would in a proclaiming that such and such millionaires had renounced his former religions and embraced theirs. But, O Lord, you advise me to investigate further, so I am much more pleased with these remarks of yours." He then repeated the formula, "I seek refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha." Mission of the Buddha. Out of compassion for mankind, the Buddha started his mission soon after his enlightenment and advised his disciples to do the same. Then the Buddha addressed the monks, saying, "Freed am I, O bhikkhus, from all bands, all bones, whether divines or humans. You too, O bhikkhus, are freed from all bones, whether divines or humans. Go forth, O bhikkhus, for the good of the many, for the happiness of the many, out of compassion for the world, for the good benefits and happiness of God and man. Let not two go by one way. Praise, O bhikkhus, the Dhamma, excellence in the beginnings, excellence in the middle, excellence in the end. But in the spirit and in the latter proclaim the holy life, altogether perfect and latter proclaim the holy life altogether perfect, perfect and pure. His supernormal wisdom, knowledge and conducts Vijacharana Champano, the Buddha is with endowed Sampano with knowledge, Bija and conducts Sarana, hence he is called Vijacharana Champano. Bija means breakings of ignorance. This is one of the 9 characteristics of the Buddha, the Eightfold Knowledge. Bija is described in the Ambata Sutta. Ambata Sutta. The knowledge of insight, the specific power of the mind, the different kinds of specific power, the divine's eye, the divine's ear, the faculty of reading the minds of others, the ability to remember previous existence. Destructions of the cankers, Sabba conducts, Charana. The 15th ethical principles are morality, restraint of the chance, moderation in eatings, vigilance or awareness, confidence, moral shame, hiri, moral dread, otappa, great learning, energy, mindfulness, wisdom. One is the jhana, 2 and the jhana, 3 and the jhana, and 4 is jhana. Threefold knowledge and enlightenment. Pubbe niba chanu chati na yana yana. When the Buddha to be was meditating under the Bodhi tree during the first watch of the night, he developed the minds of that supernormal knowledge, who is enabled him to remember his past lives. Satu papata yana. In the middle watch of the night, he gained clairvoyance, the knowledge to understand the death and birth of living beings. Asabakayana Nana. In the last watch of the night, he developed the supernormal knowledge with regard to distractions of all mental defilements and comprehending everything as they truly are, attained perfect enlightenment, Sambodhi. Six kinds of incomparable knowledge of the Buddha are Sadharana Yana, Nana Yana, Indriya Paro, Pariyati Nana Yana. The Buddha chants are purified, freed from all defilements and are always directed through the five virtues of confidence, saddha, mindfulness, sati, calmness, samadhi, energy, viriya, and wisdom, panna, prajna. His realizations of all these qualities enable him to see the purity and impurity of others' minds and to praise the Dhamma for their benefits. Achayo nuchaya nana yana. Before he praised, the Buddha had the supernormal power to understand and to analyze the mental attitude of the people, their understanding capacity, their mental back. Ground, hindrance, and developments, their capability or otherwise realizing the Dhamma and their characters and habits carried over from previous birth in samsara, yamaka, patihariya, yana. The Buddha had the supernormal power to perform the twin miracles of radiating red and white rays from his body simultaneously, often interpreted as fire and water. On rare occasion, he performed this miracle brought his jhanic power to confound those who were devious, conceited, and skeptical. The Buddha did not generally resort to miracles to convert others and actively discouraged his disciples from performing them to prove the superiority of his teachings. Maha Karuna Samapati Nana Yana. The Buddha has great compassion to liberate others' suffering. His compassion is boundless, permitting the entire universe and beyond comparisons with any other teacher. Sabbanyuta yana. Sabbanyuta yana. The Buddha is all-knowing and there is nothing in the universe he cannot understand, whether in the past, the present or the future. Anavarana, Nana, Yana. The Buddha enlightened mind is luminous and obstructed and profound to realize the real nature of everything in the universe. The 10 kinds of supernormal power of the Buddha enlightenment, the insight or ability to know what is possible and what is impossible, the knowledge of how things come into existence, mm, cause, causes, their causes and how they disappear. The insight to see the inner workings of the web of karmic effects and their question how a karmic effects inevitably repents is averted is counteracted hmm, or minimized according to the interactions and intensity of the three evils, roots of greed, lava, hatred, dosa, and delusion, moha, along with their opposing virtues or antidotes of liberality, loving kindness, adasa, and right view, right view, amoha, and to understand certain worldly conditions which hinder or favor the operation of karmic effect, good and bad. The insight to understand how one particular karmic action, such as king, panatipata, or liberality, dana, perform it, condition, reward, dependence on each person's intention, cetana. When the idea of doing that particular action is implanted, the insight to know how animate and inanimate objects and the war systems exist according to the combinations of the five aggregates and the four elements of solidity, fluidity, motions, and heat. The insight to know how people maintain differing character likes and dislikes as hollow over continuum of their habits and mental tendencies from their previous birth in samsara. The insight to praise uh, effic- efficaciously according to the understanding capacity of the listener, often resulting in instantaneous enlightenments. The insight to prescribe the right objects of meditations by knowing the different mental defilements or hindrance prevailing in the minds of the meditator at that moment of time to gain ex, uh, ecstasy, ecstasy jhana. The supernormal power to recall his previous lives and those of others. The insight to understand how the birth of individuals take place according to their karma. The insight to know how he gained his mental development, purity, and enlightenment by a process of uh, uh, eradicating all his mental impurities and developing only virtues. Hello friends, please subscribe my channel, my YouTube channel. Please subscribe all my Dhamma friends, well wisher, my devotees. By way of analogy, the supernormal powers of the Buddha, when compared with the other spiritual leaders, is like that of sunlight, plains, moonlight, the light of stars, and the light of and well lamp, the brilliance of sunlight which leaves no and is all pervasive, pervasive and illuminating. Exhaustive, exhaustive knowledge, spite is there are some Rajas and Brahmans who speak thus and are of this view. So long as this good man is young in his early prime, so long he possesses of the utmost uh, laci- lucidity of wisdom. When this good man is old in years, then he falls from that deity of wisdom. But this is not to be regarded in this way. Sarif am now or all below 80. I might have four disciples. Each of 100 years life expansion possess of the utmost mindfulness and attentiveness and resolute energy and buddhi utmost lucidity of wisdom. If they were to ask me against and against questions about the four applications of mindfulness, and if I were explain to uh, them, and if they were not to question me about secondary and further matters, still Sariputta would be the Tathagatas teachings of Dhamma when these four disciples of mine pass away at the end of 100 years. You should have to carry me about on later. Sariputta, verily there is no sense in Tathagata, lucidity of wisdom. Hmm. Hello friends, how are you? The the uh, subjects of today's discourse is what is called Dhamma Hadaya, Hadaya, Pariyaya, or the heart of the Dhamma. It is based on what is known as Visuddhimagga, the path of purifications. Today we'll try to explain this by referring to the Ratvinita Sutta. What does number of monks from his Sakyans and Kalyans country to the Buddha, uh, who at that times was at Rajagaha. The Buddha asked them, monk, tell me who you is most respected or is considered highly because there is no distinction between his word and his deeds. A person in whose word and deeds there are no contradictions is one who says what he does, does, does he says and says what he thinks. In other words, between all those actions, speech, physical actions, and thought, there is no contradictions. They are so harmonious as to reflect true holiness. This is only an enlightened person can maintain for all times. In response to the Buddha, the anonymously answered that the Punna Mantuta was conducts speech and thought we are absolutely perfect and that therefore symbolize the perfect identity the Arahant. Venerable Sariputta, who received this fault of the Buddha and only to him in wisdom and excellence, heart reply and was blessed by wonderful person. General Puna Mantaniputta enjoyed. He thought that he had been praised by the monks for being so harmonious and perfect in his conduct, peace, and This way, symbolizing the enlightenment, he was filled with immense inner joy. This had been praised by his brother monks in front of the Buddha. The quality of mudita or joy most venerable Sariputta, being a great arahant himself. Sometime later, when the Buddha was at Jetavana in Sati, Sariputta went to meet him after receiving the Lord's blessings. He proceeded to the Andavana forest, which Hans generally visited at around noon to meditate on his way to the forest, meet some monks and they said to him, "Venerable sir, have you heard that the Venerable Punna has come and seen the Buddha today, and he has gone to Andavana." When the Venerable Sariputta heard this, he thought that this was the right time for Venerable Punna Mantani Putta, and he reached Andavana. He found the Venerable Punna Putta seated under a tree, meditating. He quietly sat at the foot of a tree near and then spent the rest of the afternoon on five long in transcendental samadhi. Thereafter, the Venerable Sariputta went to the Venerable Punya Mantaniputta and greeted him, after which they had a wonderful discussion on what are called the seven purifications. Dhamma Hadaya, which is the very heart of spiritual perfection. Go back to the beginnings of this narrative. Who were these monks who came to see the with 10,000 monks who Sabati, and all of them were arahants and the blessed Lord Buddha. The story goes back to the very past year after the attainment of enlightenment of Lord Buddha, thus becoming a Sambuddha. He remained for 2 months in Samadhi, enjoying the bliss and eternal enlightenment. After this, on the full day of July, he gave his first discharge which is recorded as the Dhamma Chakka Sutta, through which he set in motion the wheels of truth. In it, uh, he propounded the heart of his teachings, the Four Noble Truths, the middle path, a path to Nibbana, and the Noble Eightfold Path. The wheels of and its coro, uh, corollary, corollary rebirth move on and on endlessly, creating what is called samsara, the endless wheels of life for those who remains bound by samsara. The Buddha discovered this own becoming supremely enlightened, and he taught it in the form of Paticca Samuppada, the law of dependent originations. In this way, so it how beings are formed, how life goes on and on, and how the cessation of is seemingly endlessly moving wheels can be achieved through spiritual disciplines, purification of one's conduct, purification of one's minds, and purification of one's reality, and that enables one ultimately to penetrate into the truth of everything that exists. The Buddha also explained the state that is free from worldly suffering, the cause of such suffering, as well as the way to reach the state of ultimate peace, which is enlightenment or nibbana. After giving this discourse and teaching for while the Buddha went to meet King Bimbisara, he had told the king that after becoming enlightened, who visited him, he traveled through various places and then reached Gaha, the king's capital, along with thousands of his newly enlightened disciples. And the king came out with a large number of his subjects and high ranking official to receive him. A new concourse, concourse of people welcoming the Buddha at the outskirts of Rajagaha, where he delivered a discourse with a large number of those present. We are completely essentially transformed they enter it into the stream, uh, he, heading towards Nibbana. Nibbana, the irreversible stream from which there is no question of going towards. Again, once you enter the stream, you are bound become and has no questions of going back again to the old state of static existence. After the king invited the Buddha for an alms in the morning, so the next day the Buddha received the king alms together with the monks who were accompanying him. The king wanted the Buddha to stay on in the city and help his people lead a holy life and reach the highest spiritual aspiration, freedom from all suffering caused by worldly existence. The king carried the Benu, Belubana, Benubana, bamboo grove, together with a large area of jungle to the Changa by the Supreme Buddha, which the Buddha accepted and which became the Janga Pars Monastery. In a couple of months, a large number of people from the nearby kingdoms also became the Buddha disciples. Many of them were transformed into arahants. It is said that 10,000 people became arahants in just 3 months. This news somehow reached the Sakyan's kingdom and the Buddha, the Sakyan king's heart at it. He said, "My and thousands of people have become enlightened. What Second king had been greatly saddened when his son had abandoned his palace, but now he was full of the and great aspiration. So he sent one of his most senior minister together with a Sakyan princess from different princely families to Rajagaha. When they reached Rajagaha, they went to King Bimbisara in the that could influence him to succeed in their mission. When they meet the king, they said, "We are from the kingdoms. We are so and so. We would like to invite the to pay visit to the uh, capitals and ask Dhamma to so as the leading us to the highest truth." Bimbisara replied, "I am only a disciple. You say I go and ask the Buddha to receive you. Who am I? I am only a humble disciple. You go to him and in humility and goodness request him. He is the all merciful one. He has compassion for all. He is the very embodiment of wisdom and compassion, and you will receive all his love and compassion. Don't ask me to try to use influence. The Buddha is above influence." So the princess toward the Jatavana Vihara, the Buddha was shining in all his spiritual glory, giving a discourse to a gathering. It was such an inspiring discourse that the Sakyans completely forgot the mission on which they had come as they listened to the Lord speak. After listening to the Dhamma, they were especially transformed into arahants. Now the Buddha purports to bring about this state of liberation in these Sakyans. He knew everything they are coming. He also knew what would transpire in their lives in the future. So he already had seen what would happen when they came to see him. He received them. He loving delivered an appropriate discourse, and all of them were lifted at the of the discourse. Now they all became arahant. They felt at his feet and requested to make them. They asked for the lower and the higher coordinates. The Buddha raised his right hand in the manner of blessings and said to them that they should let the holy lions with Dhamma, they must he do the war and share their spiritual knowledge so as to as many people as possible to attain enlightenment and spiritual. The monks did their monastic ordinations and the feet of the Lord full of gratitude. Then they went to the monastery where they were given places to the girls. They completely forgot about the mission which they had been sent. Once you become an arahant, none of the you against unless you want to consciously or deliberately do something. Uh, this monk now enjoyed the bliss of emancipation from all samsaric dukkha and the sufferings and tribulations of worldly existence. Uh, Meanwhile, the second, the father of the wonder that had happened to the princess, he sent on mission. Why were they taking so? He became so restless that he sent another similar mission to Rajagaha, as had happened to men in the past. Then I third mission was sent for a so till the second king sent 9 missions. and all of them meet with uh, faith. They all became arahant. Having become arahant, they were enjoying the bliss of emancipation. The king was now really sincere. He turned to a minister named Kaludai, who been a close friend of his son, and said, "Must we you go and return this time? I am getting old and I would like to see my son who has become a Buddha. I just want his blessings and to be freed from the world of great dukkha once and for all." The minister replied, "If you give to become, I will go and bring him. Guarantee me this." The king agreed to his suggestion. He said, "I can give you permission to hunt among can bring my son back." So the minister went the head of the 10 sons along with 1,000 other men when the mission reached the Buddha at the same time. The things that had happened with the number of the previous ninth mission would them too, but the minister had given his word to the king and also he now enjoyed the bliss of having become an arahant. He told the Buddha, "The king has extended this invitation to you. Lord, please visit Kabiru and your relative." And Buddha agreed to go. So the Buddha left for the church of Kabiru. It took him 2 months to reach there. He preached in many villages and towns. 2,000 monks, 10,000 Magadan monks, and 10,000 Sakyan monks, all of who had become arahants, went with him. When they reached Kabilar, we had given a big reception. The king himself came to the entrance of the city. Many of his subjects to the Buddha stayed there for a month. A large number of the Buddha, including his fathers and his foster mother, Prajapati, became his disciples. When the Buddha returned to many of disciples stayed on in and settled down in different parts of the estate. It was quite a big kingdom of two estates, the Sakyans and Kalyans estate. They lived there for a long time, and after many years came to the Buddha to receive blessing. It was then that the Buddha asked them to tell him among them truly represented the state of spiritual perfection, ones whose it and to are perfectly integrated, perfectly harmonious thereupon these monks mention it and the names of the Venerable Maniputta, and his name indicates the Venerable Punya was the son of Mani, who was a very learned and highly respected woman. So as I mentioned it earlier, and as the Binita Sutta relates, the Venerable Sariputta went to Andava, where the Venerable Punya Mantaniputta was meditating. But they had but remained immersed in samadhi for a very deeply discussion ensued between them. This discussion is recorded in Tabinita uh, Sutta. Etta is serious, serious in the Sutta. Well, Punya Mantaniputta gives the examples of a person who want to go from Ayodhya or Saketa. Seven relay are placed at seven different places so that he can reach his quite quickly, also come back this applies to the spiritual path, indicating the seven stages inner purification one must traverse. I must stop for the time. This discussion was just an introduction to a very important the, in the theme. The next I will take up the sutta itself, and we can discuss more. The seven stages relay serious and the seven stages inner purification that led to the perfect ones and arahants. May all sentient beings be happy. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Sabbe sata sugita. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma namo tassa arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa bhavatu sabba mangala ingrantu devata sabadanu babena sadasati bhavantu bhavatu sabba mangala devata sabadamanu sadasoti bhavantu bhavatu sabba mangalang rakantu sabadetam sabasana soti bhavantu etena vajina sotiti hotu sabadam sajabajina sabaduka sababu sabaruga sabantorayu dawa dunimitang binacantu eta caca bajina hotu tiyo mangulanti sadu 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 sabbe satu kita hantu